kind of girl with gentle manners. In my dreams I rock and I rule the wonderland. Rule the wonderland. Rule the wonderland. Rule the wonderland. Wonderland. All up in the cut. All up in the cut. I got all up in the cut. All up in the cut. All up in the cut. I got all up in the cut. All up in the cut. I got all up in the cut. All up in the cut. All up in the cut.
Greetings, my esteemed watchers, and welcome. Welcome? There we go. To another episode of Poison Points. I am your host, Irisu Neo. Let me adjust my eyes, because I always sit there with a tilt up in my head. Maybe it's because I'm so snobby. Who knows? And welcome to another episode of Poison Points. I'm your host, Irisu Neo, and today we are getting a little bit loose. With those fancy voice-activated lights I see, I do have those. I also do have fancy voice-activated chat messages, such as if you were to join the Discord, you would be able to see updates on who is going to be on the next Poison Points episode. Especially if you are the if you are a subscriber and your Twitch is linked. Why are my eyes looking like that? There we go. Especially if you are a subscriber and your Twitch is linked, you get access to a special channel where you get to see the next member of the Poison Points interviewee cast. Those who are already subscribed, I'm sure, are very excited to see who the next one will be, which they are posted now. Why are my eyes doing that? They are resetting in the weirdest space. I don't know. I don't want to look at that. I'm not looking up. I'm looking at you, chat. But whatever. I guess that's the compromises we pay in order to exercise greatness. There we go. That's better. How is everybody doing this fine evening? I hope that the weekend has treated you well. I know that today is the 4th of July, so if anybody does celebrate that, congratulations. But if not, it's okay. We can still bask together in the holiday while we enjoy our company. You looking at me? Well, of course I am, PK. I'm always looking at all of you. I love the stare so much. It's one of my favorite things to do. Oh, it has certainly been a weekend for me. I have been prepping a lot for these donathon things, and I'm still not even halfway prepared. I'm not going to lie to you. There's still so much to do. But we keep calm and carry on. So, here in S.H.I.E.L.D., we celebrate the 4th of July, the day we became free from no one. There's literally no one else. Free from your own shackles, mayhaps motto. The own shackles of doubt. I don't know. Do you feel doubt? Have you felt doubt? That's a good question. And, of course, I have been hard at work, prepping for some extra little things for you all. We also celebrate Canada Day. More importantly, we celebrate not being British. That is the most important part, I suppose. How is the music, by the way? It's quiet enough, and I don't want it to be too loud, of course, but just hoping that chat is able to hear me speak well and hear that light, faint bit of music in the background at the same time. The power of lo-fi. Why not? Yeah, that is a good answer to that question. If it's barely audible, that is exactly where I want it to be, so.
Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you, Nix, for the head pats. I'm a little off center, but it's okay. He's petting just above my eyes. We'll count that. But frick yeah. Well, aside from what's happening today and what the interview will be, you don't know who it is yet, on Friday. This Thursday, I will be doing an art stream to draw those who donated on yesterday's stream on Monday. And following that on Saturday, I will be playing some Kirby 64. I usually don't notify anybody of these streams aside from like Discord, and I especially don't do it on Poison Points, but this is a special occasion, very special month, and I figured I should keep everyone up to date on what I'm doing next. But yes, the frame rate issues are happening again. And you know what? I'm not going to fall for the trap this time of disconnecting the application, because it always breaks entirely. Or that happens. I didn't even touch it, I promise. All right, cool. Don't look at me. I guess that has broken. Cool. Awesome. We'll fix this. I cannot believe that it just did that to me. I cannot believe the simple fact that I brought it up was enough for it to break everything. This is why we don't trust the fickle things in our, that is computers. It's going to take a moment to catch back up here, because it is going to be tracking a new thing. There we go. I turned you off. System sounds. How dare you? Kirby, so what'll do is going to be on the Irisu show? Maybe. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Don't look at me, I'm just a technical glitch, yes. I will have far more movement, so I apologize. I have not fully set this up, because it's not the intent to use my webcam, so I apologize. And hopefully that doesn't sully your experience, but there we go. I should be looking at Bittles while I'm doing this, so. All right. And of course doing that has royally fucked everything up. I swear to God. Like, it has been fine, and literally up until I wanted to do serious stuff, and then it broke again. So, we can't have nice things. Hello, Lin. I did see Bianca as well. I didn't even do my normal greetings. That's how off I am. Greetings to Silver, PK, Mono. Congratulations, by the way, Silver, on being first. Bittles is in the chat. Nix is there. And Ellie, joining in late because of the phone call, but that is okay. Welcome on in. All right. Well, I think it's about time that we do what we do. So, introducing our guest for this evening. It is none other than Bittles.
Hey, folks. How you doing?
Welcome on in, Bittles.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Do you like the place? I've brushed it up for you, and it helps to, I think it helps you stay in character, being the monochromatic clown that we know you as.
Oh, I adore it. I don't know who this is, but I adore it.
Don't worry, it's just a distraction.
Yes.
It's working.
Thank you for the headpats. I am currently in an off state, because for some reason my tracking decided to break. So if I look
Hey,
at you
got that stuff up
strange...
there.
Yes, I will do things like this. I have much more range of motion than would be normally allowed. But we will make do with what we got for today. Loving this new color palette, of course.
It's the best color palette.
The simplest one, and you can do so much with the different shades that you're allowed.
Right? You can do so much with black, white, and gray. Look at me.
Now, Bittles, I have to know, if there was no filter applied to you, would you have a color? And if so, would that break reality if we knew it?
See, that's a trade secret. I'm afraid I can't really let that out.
Oh, I see. But I'm a procurer of trade secrets. That's the thing.
Fair. I will say, keep an eye out for version 2 of me.
Oh.
You might find out.
Oh, I see. I'm very excited to see this. Nyx,
Me too.
Nyx does have a good point. Every time I see your model, I am royally impressed. It is always so exciting to see just how adorable you are. But I know what you're packing as far as weaponry. I have seen you on OST before as well.
Listen. You have a few guns, you have a few grenades, you have a few cannons, and suddenly people think you're a villain. I am.
Oh, they would be right in that regard, I see. All right, Bittles. I have a very important question for you. This one was of the utmost importance from last week. Our esteemed guest, a certain Mosaishu, or Claudia, as she likes to go, asks the question, would you eat a block of cream cheese with her?
What? I don't know who that is, but yes, sure. I'm open to experiences. Just shove it in my eye holes. Let's do this.
See, the funny thing is that Claudia is allergic. She is lactose intolerant, and I don't know why it was her hyperfixation to eat a block of cream cheese for a long time. So that was her question for you.
I can tell you, I have so many lactose intolerant people in my life who insist on eating dairy. I've given up trying to persuade them not to. Let them suffer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, it's like if somebody's going to go through something, at least let them do it on their own accord at that point.
Mhm.
I
Here come my two friends who are horribly lactose intolerant.
I don't necessarily suffer from lactose intolerance. I suffer just as much as a person who eats any form of dairy does, which is the normal, like, breaking out in acne. So I try to stay away from as much dairy as possible, but I can't help myself from a nice creamer and a coffee. It's just one of my greatest...
I fully get it. I once drank an entire jug of chocolate milk in a weekend.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not even lactose intolerant. I should not have done that.
Oh god, I can only imagine how much pain you would have put yourself through. That just hurts the stomach.
Yeah,
like
no,
it's so rich that I just can't imagine it being very nice.
But it tastes so good.
Actually, fun fact, that is how I came to hate eggnog. I used to really love eggnog, but there was one weekend where I came home after getting my wisdom teeth pulled, and I drank just a little bit too much, and now even the scent of it makes me want to vomit everywhere.
I completely get that. I once bought one of those giant shrimp rings and ate the entire thing by myself. I can't stand the smell of shrimp anymore.
Wait, you shouldn't drink a whole jug of chocolate milk in a day? No, you really shouldn't. It's actually not very good for you. In fact, milk is not something that we as humans should be consuming. So,
Well, thankfully, I'm a 2, and I can drink as much as I freaking want.
yeah, I'm a dart frog girl, so I can do whatever I want as well.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can I smoke in here?
Oh, yeah, I think the ventilation is good enough, and this is technically a suite and a bar, so I think they have, for the smoke, it should be fine.
Wonderful.
And if I had a bit prepared where the entire room just lights up in an explosion, that'd be hilarious.
That would have been comic gold.
The things that we miss when we think about them the moment that it happens, or it would happen.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
But go back, yeah, I'd eat the cream cheese.
You would eat the cream cheese for Claudia, I see.
Absolutely.
Well, good. Very good. I'm glad that you will make that sacrifice. She did specify that it is just the block, nothing else accompanying it. So no crackers, no anything of the sort. You just would eat the block with her.
I don't know if I want to still do this.
My chat had me gaslit into believing that it is all in on the cream cheese or no cream cheese. So you're gonna have to take it up with them. I'm also on your side. I probably wouldn't if there was no accompaniment. So
Give me a nice salty cracker with it. I'll go nuts with it.
yeah,
Or
I
a
would.
bagel.
I would take some Oreos and I would blend that together. I think that would be perfect for like a very
Absolutely.
delectable truffle treat.
Absolutely. Sounds delicious.
All right, Bittles. I have
Mm.
a set of interrogation questions for you. So, for a moment, we're going to drop the facade in a very nice and whatever. Bittles, why did you become a VTuber? How did you get from where you were to where you are today, as we see you now?
Sure. So a lot of people probably wouldn't remember. I've always been a clown girl. Originally I started out as Bittles. Very colorful Bittles. Not current me. And then I became Lollipox, which was just this pastel pink nightmare of a clown girl. And then I became this. And what got me into VTubing was just I had started to make a bunch of online friends. VTubing was starting to pick up, and everyone's like, "Man, you already talk like a cartoon character. Why don't you just actually become like a digital puppet?" And it's like, yeah, you know what? It works. It makes sense.
And that's
Like-
it. That's how Bittles was born.
Effectively, I mean, I don't know if it's the next question, but like I loved Rubber Hose, and I kept seeing all these anime girls, and it's like, no, I want to go back. Let's go early animation.
Looking at me, the classic anime girl.
Listen, you don't have like cat ears and a bow and wings and all that. You're good. You
That's
got
true.
a good aesthetic. I like you.
I got nice little claws, and thank you. So I also have a penchant for Rubber Hose. Rubber Hose is probably one of my favorite animation styles as well. But I would say in the regards to how we use it in the modern day, the twists that we've put on it that really enhances it, in my opinion. Nothing to say bad about the original animation. I think that is also quite wonderful. But I love your model and design. It is adorable, and like the room that you have to be creative with it is insane.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Anyone who follows me on Twitter knows I'm kind of going through a redesign. I'm gonna go even toonier.
Yes.
Like, I'm going even more cartoon than I currently am. And it's like, look at me. Look at me. I'm already toony. I'm going more.
Even further beyond.
I'm going even further beyond.
Nick saying that's
It is possible.
possible?
You'd be surprised. Like, I'm half tempted to be like, hey, you want a Poison Points exclusive of my new design?
Oh, 100%. I'm actually... So certain people have, on previous episodes, redesigned since then, and I want to pull them back on, though I don't know if it would be the same, like... It wouldn't necessarily be the same interview. It'd have to be something completely different, I'd think.
No, that's completely fair. I'm not... A lot of people here like redesign or rebrand, and it's like, I'm staying Rubber Hose Clown. It's just sort of a style change, I guess is the more accurate way to put it.
Yeah, and that's really cool. Like, I can't wait to see it. I always get excited when people tell me about these things on the show, and I have to hold myself back. I let them spoil me too much, I'd say.
I fully get it. It's exciting when people talk about stuff they're passionate about. That's why we're here.
Oh, yes, 100%. Now, where did you come up with the name Bittles? Where does Bittles ring true for you?
Oh, this is gonna break the immersion for some people. When I was younger, real life me, I used to do street performing as a clown, and my name was Bittles.
Ooh.
Like, it actually comes from my real life performance of being a boardwalk clown. And like, I went through so many different names. Like online, I've always been Bittles. But online, it's like, okay, I was like Bittles, Lollipox, something. I don't even remember all of them. I've gone through so many aliases, but I kept coming back to Bittles. So you know what? It's like, well, if I'm gonna make a real valid shot at VTubing, I'm gonna use the name that I always come back to.
And there you have it. So you like okay, obviously without doxing anything and getting too personal about it. What did you like about being a clown? Like, what was your favorite part of that profession?
Um, it sounds cliche and stupid. It was making people happy. I got to go to the boardwalks in the middle of summer, nice ocean breeze on my face, fully decked out in clown. And I was just making kids smile, I was making adults laugh. Like, I am a born entertainer.
Mhm.
That was what made me happy.
I wouldn't necessarily say that that's cliche. Like, if you have a passion for it, then there's nothing boring or normal about that in that regard. Well, I'd say that itself is normal.
But the cliche part comes with, like, I went to the circus as a kid and I saw the clowns and it inspired me, and it's like, that's Joker.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, that is really cool. Just curious, was it more of a hobby, or did you actually make some money off of that? Were you able to make a living?
A living, no. But
Okay.
I was making pretty good money. Funnily enough, people always ask, like, oh, how come you never make scary clown designs, barring these? It's because I kind of stopped clowning because, like, 2016-ish happened, where the killer clowns walking the street trend was
Yep.
happening,
Mhm.
and no one wanted to see me anymore.
Yeah, I definitely understand where that was a big hamper on the business as a whole.
And it was so horrible because, like, my profits just went down, and it's like, well, I can't afford to do this anymore. And I was doing it as a side thing. So it's not like I was doing it to make money. I was doing it to make people happy. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like, balloons aren't cheap, face paint isn't cheap, costumes aren't cheap. I can't afford to do it.
Hmm. And well, at least now you get to be a virtual clown and live that dream a little bit in today's day and age, I should say.
I love it. I don't even have to put a costume on.
Yeah, you just wake up and boom, your model's right there and you're ready to go.
Wake up, turn the face cam on, turn the camera off. Wait. Turn the face cam on, turn the mic on, turn the hand tracker on, and suddenly I'm a silly ha-ha clown girl.
Yeah,
Hey.
I was gonna say, like, are we actually seeing a live feed right now? This is actually what you look like.
I am about as pale as my model, yes.
I mean, we like to take inspirations from ourselves, I suppose. Now,
Technically, yes, I actually do wear a lot of stripes.
yes, very good, very good. I'm sure you're familiar with Space Buffoon.
I know, yeah, Buffy.
Yeah, Buffy has a very opinionated idea of what they call like the big clown market, where corporations like Disney made clowns scary, and it was like anti-clown propaganda. Uh, what is your take on on at least Space Buffoon's take on this?
I can completely understand it, because it's very rare nowadays that, like, a clown is the hero of a story.
Mhm.
It's always the villain, or, like, the crony of the villain, or just in the background. They don't even do shit.
Yeah, the
It's
butt
rare for a
end
clown to be a
of the
hero.
joke.
Exactly. Like, you brought up, like, Disney and clowns being villains. Like, the big one I remember from them is, like, Inside Out.
Oh,
It's like,
yes.
it's just big, scary clown, and it's like, that's not what we're like. Like, professional clowns are not scary. It's
Mhm.
part of their job to not be scary.
I guess if we wanted to be
you know.
technical with that movie, though, Bing Bong is sort of a clown, and he's sort of the hero to a certain extent, though he doesn't really carry the clown features.
It depends how, like, specific you want to be about, like, clown.
This is fair. He's
Bing Bong is
clown coded.
clown-coded.
I'm going to go around and
Ah.
ask that as a question now if we think that is truly the case.
Oh, Lord. Do it.
So you mentioned that you've always been Bittles. And
Mhm.
you weren't always VTubing though. Where did you come up with this concept? Like, where was the like the push forward for this design for you?
For like the black and white monochrome thing.
Yeah, for the black and white, all the way down to like the little bits and details of, you know, like aside from the rubber hose that you thought would be perfect for you, a perfect fit.
A big part, and I'm sure this will come up later, is I'm a huge fan of crime movies.
Hmm.
And it's like I love the idea of like wearing a suit, being a gangster, just going Rudy toot toot. And it's just it really influenced a lot of my style, as well as the fact I grew up watching Rubber Hose. I watched stuff like Coco the Clown, Betty Boop, Felix the Cat, Popeye, like all this shit that just influenced my art style to the point like I was drawing Rubber Hose without even knowing it.
Hmm.
It's sort of like what you brought up earlier, where like a lot of modern day stuff is like heavily inspired by Rubber Hose, even if they don't want to say it.
Oh yes.
It was the same way for me, and
And
it sort of just graduated from there. It's like my last one, like I mentioned, I used to be Lollipox, this pastel nightmare clown,
mhm.
and it's like, what's the opposite of that? And it's like me.
Yeah, like, bring it down to the simplistic aspects. I've had this mentioned to me before that simplistic designs are like some of the most recognizable because you tweak the tiny little bits that people don't think about, and all of a sudden, boom, you are the most unique in your field, or at least as far as what you do. You know, I can think of a few other rubber hose VTubers, but when I think about you, I think about you. When I think about them, I think about them in that regard, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. I'm big in the Rubber Hose VTuber community, even though there's like 10 of us. Um, but I love how much diversity we have, even though we are all classified as like Rubber Hose.
Hmm.
It's one of my favorite things. Like off the top of my head, you've got me, you've got Mackenzie, you've got Pumpkin, you've got Dr. Memento. Like
Hmm.
you've got such great range on us.
Stick you
And
all
that's what I
into
love.
one cartoon, and you are a full range of characters that can interact with each other.
Oh, that'd be a great show. I'd watch it.
Oh man, it would be so like as much as I would love to hear your voices, having that old like you say something and then it shows up as text on the screen later, or it's a silent film, something along those lines. It'd be kind of cool and
Oh.
goofy.
Oh, you're gonna love this then, because I have been talking to someone to set that up.
Oh yes,
That is
yes.
completely doable. A friend of mine already does it, and I'm talking with them to get it done, because I would love to do like art streams where that happens.
Ah, that would be awesome. Oh my goodness, you got me like
Completely silent.
I well up with this like excitement to see what comes next. I always lurk through all of my friends' streams who tell me about these things that are coming up, which everyone in chat, you definitely should too, or I will come and find you. But yes, oh my gosh, so awesome, so awesome. Let me give you a shout out now that I am remembering that at this moment in time. There we go.
It's fine.
Go and follow Bittles, please. I dare you. Triple dog dare.
If you don't, I'll get you.
So, I mean, obviously you are working on a redesign. Is there anything that you are willing to share with us, or are you trying to keep it a little top secret for the time being?
I'm trying to think, like, what can I? So, I guess I can say, like, what's staying and what's changing, sort of thing. A big part of it. I'm keeping the teeth. Like, these are
Yes.
mine.
Hmm.
The stogie. I'm not getting rid of my cigar. It's too recognizable. My hat. That's staying.
Yes.
My stripes. I think when I try to think like what makes me stand out or like what's recognizable about my design, I always think it's my stripes.
Yeah, I would say
What
that.
else?
Like for me, when I look at you, I think about the hat a lot of the time. The separation from your body, which is just the most classic effect. But I can see the stripes for sure.
Yeah. 1 second, ambulance.
Oh, some crime being committed in the the town where you are.
It's great how they just go by with the sirens blaring. I'm trying to think. The bow. I'm keeping the bow. My little button. Technically not staying, but you'll see what I mean.
Ooh, okay.
A big one, and this might upset a few people. My eyes are gonna get smaller. They're still staying eye holes, but they're getting a bit smaller because I recognize they take up a big part of my face, and it makes it hard for me to emote properly.
Yeah, I can see where that can be an issue.
It's one of those things, like, even when I'm drawing myself, it's like, it's hard to do expressions without eyebrows. Like, you can show so much emotion with eyebrows, and it's like, the most I can do is like this.
Yeah.
And it kind of works.
Yeah, it does.
But I don't have eyelids, so I can't do, like, a bigger range of emotions. So, it's funny to think, like, what I'm keeping, what I'm changing. I'm staying a gangster, I'm staying rubber hose, I'm staying clown. Especially clown. The clown community has been my family. I'm not leaving.
Yes. Good.
The vest. The vest is probably going. I'm going a little less formal with my design. Still gangster, just less formal. Because I've had some people think I'm a waitress.
Oh, I can see where they come with, like, where they're coming from on that, though.
It's always funny to hear people's interpretations of what I am. Because, like, some people come in thinking I'm a ghost, some people think I'm a skeleton. It's like, I need to change some stuff so this kind of misunderstanding doesn't keep happening. Like, I can get ghost and skeleton, I can get. It's the eyes. I acknowledge it's the eyes.
Yeah. So, like, I'll be talking about this a little bit later, to jump the gun just a little bit, but you, as far as your character, run the vaudeville, which is a theater in its own right. So, like, you dress formally for that, and, like, that makes sense to me. That fits because it's your staple. Like, it fits you as far as the crime, but it's also you in your business attire, all the same. So that's what I think about when I see you. But
I'm glad you picked up on that, because that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I love the fanciful stuff that also doubles. It has the double meaning of this. There's the crime, and this is my job, the profession. So
Exactly. If I'm going to be a criminal, I'm going to be a smooth criminal.
yes. And I had an off question I was going to ask. I'll come back to that one when I remember it. I'm just going to keep that in mind for now. I will ask though, like, aside from what you're redesigning into, if you weren't a clown, do you have any semblance of an idea of what you would be instead?
I've thought about this a lot, and it's weird because I'm one of those indecisive people. I've probably got like a dozen VTuber ideas, and it's like, I'm not going to do any of them. I'm trying to think, like, what was the biggest one that I was really excited for? Trying to think now. It's been a while, because it's like, yeah, actually, yeah, my partner Gwen in the chat brings it up. Beatrix. I was considering at some point to become one of my D&D characters, just a necromancer mommy.
Yeah,
right? That's what everyone laughs when they hear that one.
I laugh. It's just like it's bombastic. I love this drastic change from the cute, somewhat innocent looking little monochrome clown to necromancer mom.
I was going to be the fun goth mom of VTubers. It's like, I kind of fell apart, but eh. Okay, Bianca, you can stop bringing up the other ones.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, the sad thing is I had made a bunch of assets for Bianca too, or Beatrix, because it's like I was gonna do that, and it kind of just fell through because I was like, you know what, I should put way more effort into just Bittles, make it the best I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the effort does show. I see your art every single day. I'm always floored by what I see, and I see little bits and pieces of what may be coming. So I'm very excited. Even like I can see the direction you want to go. I can picture it in your brain, in my brain.
I mean, you could probably see my brain if you look close enough.
I'm staring very, very intently. Nah, I don't think I can read minds, unfortunately, despite where we are. The poison does give me a little bit of an advantage, as you might guess, but...
You don't need to read minds where you can just put a gun to the temple.
This is true. And now I wish I had a gun asset. That would be really, really awesome. Thank you for the hydrate, PK. So, here is, my fun new transitionary question, and you get to be one of the first who gets to hear this one. What does it mean for you to be Bittles?
It's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've thought about that a bunch. I go through the same VTuber thing that a lot of people do, which is like, why don't I just give up? Maybe it's not going as good as I think. But it's like, I can't do that. It's... Being Bittles, to me, is being a performer. After I lost my last clowning gig, this is my next chance to be a performer. I get to entertain people. I am an entertainer. I'm a clown. I'm a bozo weirdo. And I've never been happier. Bittles is happiness to me.
That is extremely touching and inspirational, I would say. That is quite similar to what I went through. I have this big plan in mind, and I was worried that this show wouldn't be that good. And I told myself, like, hey, if I'm not seeing any results, that it would be something that I'm done with. But then, like always, like a lot of human interaction goes, I got a surge of inspiration. And now it doesn't matter to me anymore. That the part of success has already been achieved because I'm happy doing this. It makes me happy to make other people happy. So I don't think I could do it any other way.
It's one of those things, you need to set your own bars of success.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm not the biggest or I'm not the most popular, but I have people who are consistent. I know I'm making people happy, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, if one person smiles, then I can smile to that, I'd think.
Exactly.
Bittles really is the cat's pajamas.
Oh,
I don't think
so sweet to me.
I don't think I've ever heard that as a phrase, but I can't help but agree with it.
You should be in my streams more. We use so much lingo. It's
yes.
Really so riot.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, I've done some digging, just a little bit on your past, Bittles, and I found some interesting things. Now, I just want you to know that everything that happens on Poison Points and in this suite is exclusive to this place. There is no police that are watching this show, at least I don't think so, and there's nobody from your past that you might have to be worried about. Why were you known? That is true. Why were you known as the Bombardier?
What's my name?
Full name.
Full name, huh? Okay.
Yeah, full name.
Okay. Okay, here's some fun stuff. Bittles isn't my real name.
We've been duped. Everyone changed the stream.
I'm so sorry, everyone. It's my nickname. My actual name is Itty Bitty.
I see.
I'm Itty Bitty Bittles Bombardier.
And it just kind of fits. Bombardier and the Bombardier. It was just you.
I like explosions. It was kind of just, it works. It was very like the stars aligned to make this stupid little clown girl who likes to make things explode. Bombardier. Bombardier. It works.
I see.
Long ass name, yes. Clowns don't have good names.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I guess that is a hot take. I don't know that I can't really argue with that, but I feel like that is a hot take.
My family doesn't have good clown names. Who names their kid Itty Bitty?
Yeah, and Bombardier is a weird family name as well. Like, how does that
French.
get passed along? Yeah, I mean, yes, the French do have some strange names as well, but
Yeah, that's what I meant. Don't tell Nora.
So you used to be, or at least you were formerly part of a gang.
Yeah, the wise guys. We did some pretty good stuff. Not literally. We did horrible stuff. But
Good for you.
we were successful until we weren't.
And that's sort of where it all fell apart.
Yeah, it kind of fell apart. Went to jail, did my time,
Mhm.
got out, used whatever savings I had, and started my vaudeville. Never
So-
been happier.
Why did you start out? Like, what was it about the gang business that you wanted to join in on? Were you roped into it, or trying to raise some money?
I wish I could say it was about money. It was loneliness.
Mm.
You grow up alone, you're just looking for a bit of company, and you find a bunch of people who are willing to bring you in and say that you're good, you can do this, you're gonna do great things, you're gonna make so much money. And all it is just it's great.
So I definitely feel you on that regard. And to take a step back really fast, I also love the with like, please place an asterisk right here. I love the gang mentality of the family part of that. Not the actual crimes committed. I just like the idea of that family.
I like mafia crimes in Minecraft.
In Minecraft, yes, exactly.
No, it's unfortunately one of those things that draws in a lot of young people. If just, here's a bunch of people who understand me. Maybe I can make some friends. Maybe I can be not alone. And kinda, except now you're a criminal.
Yes, the price you pay for a family that understands you. Potentially.
Yeah. And a lot of times, there's no loyalty.
What would you say was the oddest job that you've performed?
I once had to steal a bank vault. Like, the entire vault.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. And, like, that led to a bunch of shit. Like, I had to get a monster truck to yank it out. I had to find some good chains. I had to call in a bunch of favors to get the cops operating on the other side of town. And, God, I was stupid. Because I didn't know how to open a vault. I had it. What the hell was I going to do with it?
Not even your explosions would make a dent into it?
I don't want to burn up the cash. I can't use it if it's got singe marks.
This is fair. See, my first thought is, to blow up the bank around it, so it would be much easier to take. But, that's probably why you are the bombardier. I don't have that knowledge.
If I wanted to blow up the building, I would have. But I don't... I like to keep casualties to a minimum, and setting off basically an atom bomb tends to take a few lives.
This is fair.
One or two, I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Just a few. Cartoonishly.
Like,
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
And were there any jobs that you took that would have been considered your favorite to perform?
Yeah, I think favorite. We were supposed to steal a shipment off a plane. We kind of missed the plane, so we hijacked a smaller plane and kind of just chased them down. I'm not allowed in Cuba.
Oh. Were you successful though? Did you get that shipment?
Oh yeah, I got a lifetime supply of cigars.
I take it
I'm
these are
never gonna run out of stogies.
these are the same cigars that you are, well, one of which is in your mouth right now.
Oh yes, it's my favorite brand, Coffin Nails. I can't go a day without them.
Oh my goodness, how does that affect your health? Maybe that's not the right question, but
My teeth used to be white.
Yep, that is entirely fair.
Like, for the most part, it just comes out my eyes, the smoke. But you know, I look pretty good for my 30s. 1930s.
This is fair. Yeah, the 1930s look really fitting you very well.
I've got that nice, snatched waist going from all the smoking.
Mm-hmm. So
Real life, don't smoke cigarettes.
in this report that I've seen, this top secret report that I have, it seems as though you have had a falling out, or you had a falling out with the wise guys. What happened? What led up to that point?
Well, it's no secret on my streams, I'm transgender.
Mm-hmm.
The family wasn't too accepting of that. A lot of bullying. And eventually it got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done being bullied for something like this. So, our last job went south, and I might have had a hand in that. Don't tell nobody, though.
Oh, I won't mention a single thing. Remember, confidential.
If you do, I'll find you.
Yeah, this is fair. And
I'm real good at making people disappear.
the secret is safe with me. Everyone in chat is keeping it a secret. We're on the clear. We're good. And when was it for you that you realized that you weren't meant to be the old you?
Honestly, about 14. Like, nearly 2 decades ago at this point.
Mm-hmm. I see.
It's been a while.
And a journey it
Fortunately,
has.
kind of dealt with not a good one, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dealt with that abuse for a long time until I was 27.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whenever I do have someone who is transgender on the show, one of the things that I like to do is congratulate them, because I'm transgender, and I know the absolute pain it is, the terror that there is, living a day-to-day normal life. So, congratulations.
Yes.
And thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Yes. It's a very, very brave thing to do, a brave next step to decide, you know what, this is what I want. This is what I want. This isn't what, you want, society.
Exactly. It's hard to live your best life, but it's important to do it. Even if that means maybe leaving some people you care about behind.
Like, I know I'm a toxic frog, but you can cut out toxicity in your life. Like, that's fine.
Exactly. Like, a big part, remember this. Family doesn't mean love sometimes. You gotta find your own family.
Yes. Yeah, found family is sometimes way stronger than blood. I will tell you that much.
Absolutely. I got my own little sister in the chat here. I've known her for like
Yes.
3 years. She's my best friend.
Yes, let's go. Big winning. All right. So you were busted. Something went wrong for some reason. how long did you serve for that crime?
10 years. It was a pretty serious thing. I only got off early because, I snitched.
So it was part of the deal that you would still serve your time, but
I did some pretty heinous shit. I deserve to go to jail. I'm not denying that much. But, little leniency for, helping get the others.
this is fair, and the wise guys were no more.
Well, until I started.
Okay, all right. So you've begun your own organization. What did you keep the same name, or did you go with something new?
Oh, they just call me boss now.
Oh, well, fair enough. No fancy organizational name though. Just you at the top, and you're the boss.
Pretty much. We're still called the Wise Guys, but now we spell it with like a Y.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Aren't you?
For legal reasons.
You did you did have your revenge against the past wise guys. But do the police do the police still keep an eye out on you? Do they keep track of you up till this day?
They try. That's you learn a lot when you've been doing this kind of job as long as I have. You get a lot better at avoiding the people who wish to affect your income, shall we say.
Yes. Those pesky income changers.
As the kids would say, the haters.
Yeah, we don't like haters around here.
You haters in the audience, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Go home.
Not allowed. But I walk myself out the door because I guess everyone calls me the shitter. So.
Well, it's better than calling you the mucusy. I'm gonna ask a question now. Why do they call you the shitter?
I'm quite contrarian in nature, and whenever somebody brings up something that they may like, it has become a little bit of a bit for me to speak out against that thing that somebody likes in a playful way, of course.
You're a shithead.
Yes. And I like to start problems. I can't help it. I've always been a little bit of a troll deep down to my core. That's why I'm toxic.
Like to start problems.
That's why my motto is toxic and sweet. We love this troll.
Candy rat poison.
Exactly. Like, you'll die, but it tastes good.
Right? You got a good last meal.
Yeah, if I was going to go out anyway, it would be exactly that.
I feel like I'd want to eat a grenade.
A chocolate-covered grenade. There you go.
Right? Just kind of snake it. Just unhinge jaw, swallow it after I pull the pin. And just like, you want to kill me? No.
Kablooey.
I got my final revenge, Officer Jinky.
Sorry, Chance. I'm as the resident rat. The rat poison part might have been a little bit insensitive, but it's not you taking it; it's us. So.
He's gonna whip you with a belt buckle.
If you missed that stream, it was definitely a wild one. Lots of crazy lore was being dropped left and right. Fuck you, Chance.
Yes.
Lovingly.
It was such a fun one. It's such an honor to be interviewed by the Grimace MILF.
That is me. I actually, unfortunately, yesterday, because I was working on things, deleted the Grimace Shake, the little PNG, so I don't actually have it with me. Big sad.
That's such a shame.
I mean, not that it would have done anything to me. Grimace can't touch me here. I'll just say that much.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I've got a different PNG.
Oh? Oh. PETA! Holy fuck, Lois. I'm with Bittles
Oh,
on the
can you
poison
believe it,
points.
Lois?
Look at me go,
Go
Lois.
away, Peter.
I love that he went away little bits at a time. His cycle got shorter and shorter.
If I could, I would just have like the pink Peters on parade across the screen.
Yes, the definitely pink, because it is definitely pink for right now. Anyone in chat who can't actually see these colors, then well, something might be wrong. You might want to check your television at home.
I can't see them. So fun fact for everyone, I actually am colorblind.
Yes, you told me about that just a little bit. I was like, wow, it works perfectly that you picked a medium that just works for you. You see everything, well, not everything, a lot of things in shades. So
Yeah. It's also I never learned color theory because of the aforementioned color blindness. So it's like working in black, white, and gray. It's a lot easier than dealing with rainbows.
This is true. I think all the time about that one post, the organizations after the Pride Month ends, the stripping away of olive color.
The color goes away, and I'm glad no one made fun of me because they realized, like, man, that clown looks like me. I'm the evil corporation. I don't care about the gays. I do. I'm one of them.
Yes. We are part of the LGBTQIA plus. I did have a bit planned. If this Poison Points was like just a few days earlier, I would have loved to do the bit where it's like, hey everyone, still Pride Month over here, and then we swap to the scene and it's black and white.
Would have been incredible.
Oh no, we lost all the color.
Oh no. Who stole color? Audience, can you figure it out? Big corporations, what are you doing here?
Oh my goodness, get them out of here. They aren't welcome in this place. Impossible.
Get out of here.
So after you you served your sentence, you started up your own group, renamed it the Wise Guys with a Y, and did you like build this building, the vaudeville, as we previously mentioned, or was it something that you came into possession of?
Oh no, my vaudeville, my wonderful vaudeville, completely custom. I won't go into exact details, but let's just say I had a very good nest egg after my last career.
Okay. Why did you call it the vaudeville? So,
it does actually have like a historical significance. Early 1900s, theater, on-stage performance was vaudeville.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a term that I adore. It's a good word, but no one uses it anymore. So it's like, I'm bringing it back. You want to see my show? You want to see good shows? You go to the vaudeville. You want to go have a nice dinner and a show? You go to the vaudeville. Recognizable by our giant clock out front.
Yes. And, well, I mean, on top of that, you occasionally perform heists out of that building.
It's at the back.
Yeah, out the back door. How do you manage to keep them separate? Like, do you have like your own staff that work the vaudeville and then your other team, or?
Oh yeah, I've got a whole set of staff. They're wonderful people. I try to keep them separated from, the crime stuff. Because, implications. I don't want them to be part of it. Even though technically I guess they're already involved.
I mean, yes.
Sorry to all of you that go into jail.
You are all accomplices. We wrote it down in the fine print when you were hired, so.
Yeah, sorry, you didn't read that. It was in invisible ink. That's on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the specialty clown ink.
I dipped my finger in my eye and just scribbled it along. But the back, that's handled by my goons, my wonderful goons, and they do pretty good. They keep asking for pay though, which no, that's not happening.
You get to live there. That's all that matters.
You get to be part of my gang. That's pretty good payment on its own.
Within a potentially 10-meter radius of Bittles is just enough for you. I'd say that's plenty
Right?
compensation.
You get to bask in my glory and look at my weird peanut-shaped body. Aren't you lucky?
Now, I know that there's no pay involved, but do they get benefits, dental, anything of the
I don't
like?
shoot them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Their benefit is that they're not in front of my gun. I think that's a good benefit.
Yeah, I'd say so myself. You offer the protection too, right? The being a part of your gang means that you got the Bittles seal of approval, essentially.
Oh, I protect my goons. They're my little guys, my little foolers. And I'm not gonna let something happen to them. Sometimes someone tries to steal my goons, and they don't wake up again.
They must have been sleeping for a really long time, ma'am.
Oh, they put on some wonderful cement bunny slippers and went for a walk off a short pier.
That sounds wonderful.
Starting to pick up my accent.
So I have this a little bit of a story. I used to play this villain character in D&D. Her name was Valerian von Schwarz, and she was the stereotypical. She had the accent and everything, that Massachusetts Bostonian accent, and she was an absolute riot. And I was stuck doing her voice for a very, very long time. It's a terrible accent. I'm not even close to mastering it, but I put it on every time. She was a lot of fun to play.
Wow, do I have a story for you?
Yes, I'm ready.
So, a year and a half ago at this point, to break my wholesome look, I used to do NSFW art.
Oh,
Not a Bittles or anything. This was all different shit. This was unrelated.
keeping it separate.
Yeah, Bittles is completely safe for work. I don't even want NSFW. That kind of shit grosses me out of me.
Mhm.
But I was doing NSFW art, and I had this character named Agatha, and she was Bostonian, and I did it as a roleplay Twitter account, so I had to type out Bostonian,
Yes.
and to make sure it sounded right, I had to read it, and I read out loud. So that's how I developed my accent. This isn't my natural accent.
You do come from the land up above, yes?
I come from the Great White North, eh?
Yeah. And you have adopted it. The accent is yours now. You've stolen it.
It's so funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, when did you immigrate?" It's like, I've been here my whole life. I just sort of talk like this. The really funny part is I can just kind of turn it off too.
You mentally think about it and boom, it's gone. But then you could slip back into it at a moment's notice.
The funny part is I have to think hard to get out of it now. It's my natural accent now. And the funniest part of it, my parents don't know I talk like this.
So you
So
have
I'm
to
dreading
really,
the day
really
I
hard.
have to talk to them. Absolutely. I call my mom occasionally to check on her. It's like, "Oh, hi, Mom. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good." And then I hang up the phone and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I had to do that."
Oh my goodness. Jesus.
Oh, good golly, Peter.
Peter.
Oh, you understand me, Mono? I appreciate it.
Yes. Mono is a part of our weekend TTRPG group where we play cowboys, cowpoke, and the country accent gets stuck in there. You can't really get it out when you start talking like that, and it just sort of happens.
Oh, I fully get it. I do weekend D&D too, and it's just, You get your character, you get their voice, and it's like, oops, stuck.
That's my favorite part, is the voices. You know, I
Oh, absolutely.
I was worried my whole life, not in this particular scenario, but I was worried that I was a very monotone person. And when I started playing D&D, it was a fun experience for me to open up a little bit, try something different, and mess around with my voice, even if it wasn't that good. But the nice thing about your voice is that you can train it, and practice does actually change your voice little by little. So,
Oh, absolutely. I, it's incredible how much you can do. Not to like, toot my own horn. I actually do vocal training for other people, and it's amazing how many start out like, oh, I'm going to sound great in like 5 months. Like, no, 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 no. Like, you're looking at like a year minimum, and that's if you go hard at it.
yes, yes.
I didn't have my voice until like 2 years of doing stuff.
Yeah, this is also like stepping out a little bit of the the immersion. I was handed a chart when I was given the girl pills, and it was like, you'll see this in 3 months, you'll see that in a year, you'll see this in a year to 2 years, and then like one of them was voice change, 3 to 5 sessions. I was like, no, that's not how that
No.
works. Your vocal cords hardly change when that happens.
It's weird because like I've done research into it for like the training I do, and there are some girls who say that it affects their voice.
Mhm.
But like all the research I find says no, trans girls, their medication doesn't affect the voice. That's trans men only.
Yep. It is what I largely attribute it to is confidence.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when you're confident in yourself, you stop focusing in on what you sound like, because now you're good, right? You're like, I feel myself, and you are naturally more elated, more happy, and it brings out that little the musicality, as I've been told, of your voice. So
Absolutely.
when I started streaming, I was as monotone as my color palette.
I get that.
I
I wish it was still up. My very first stream, I was nervous as all hell. I was talking like a mile a minute, more than I already do.
my very first ever recorded video that I recorded was me going, "Hey guys, how is everyone doing? My name is this." It was so awkward.
Oh, I love those kind of things. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm just here to have a fun day.
Definitely,
We're gonna
this
play
is
some Minecraft.
post-pubescent voices setting in.
I didn't just get out of high school. I'm not just doing this. This is really how I talk. It's great.
You can really hear you could hear the acne on my face right now.
Right? It's popping like bacon. It's a marvelous thing.
Anyways, yes,
Sorry, Gwen.
No, it's perfect. It's that's like honestly the best way to put it. I'm losing it over this this visual of you could literally hear the acne.
Oh, it's like bubble wrap, but horrible.
I am so glad that a large portion of that is gone for me. Oh my god, I hated those days so much.
Absolutely.
Now, the other wise guys, we'll call them the pre-wise guys.
Sure. The stupid guys now.
The stupid guys, yes. Do you think that, if they were ever to escape, they'd be able to find you? Or are you afraid that they'll try to do something along those lines someday?
They already have.
Oh?
They're not going to do it again.
Oh, I see. The implications of that is kind of haunting.
This is all confidential, right?
Oh, 100% confidential.
My old boss paid me a visit in the vaudeville once. Tried to convince me that they'd take over my gig, take over my goons. They got a new hole in their head.
Yes, the one that is specifically for eating lead.
Only once, though.
Yeah, only once.
I thought it was a good final meal. It was a big meal, too. Went right through them, though.
Yeah. And I take it that all the patrons there just went on their business. It was a day in the life at the vaudeville.
If boss says something didn't happen, it didn't happen.
The performance went on. It never stopped.
The show never ends. Not with me.
And, well, aside from their boss that you took care of, their old boss, are you pretty confident that the rest of them won't come back, or have they also been fed a heaping helping of lead?
Some of them have come back, and they work for me now.
Ooh, okay.
It's a respect to power. You understand who's doing the best.
Yeah, the ones
That
at the
is-
top deserve to be followed, basically.
Exactly. If somebody's proven themselves a leader, you don't mess with them.
Yeah.
That, and it's really hard to flashbang someone who ain't got eyes.
This is true. At most, the person who threw it is going to walk out way worse than the target that it was designated for.
Right, especially when I kick it back at you.
See, you've implicated this a few times, and you've mentioned that you don't have eyes. But does that mean that everyone else around you does? Or...
It's a touchy subject. Sometimes when you make mistakes in gangs, you need to be taught a lesson. And sometimes that lesson involves a melon baller.
I see.
You don't make mistakes afterwards, though.
You don't make... All right. Actually,
Don't.
from earlier, I just remembered my question for you. Out of nowhere.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it finally hit me. It is a great timing because I was just about to head to break to refreshen up, get the powder on my nose. Did you know that I am technically a clown?
Elaborate.
So we'll break character for myself a little bit, but when I was looking for inspirations, I looked through hundreds upon hundreds of Dart Frog images, and I came across this one, and on Google, it was just labeled Poison Dart Frog. I was like, cool, awesome, that's amazing. Not like 6-7 months later, Space Buffoon comes up and goes, Irisu, you know you're technically a clown, right? And I didn't understand because I knew I specifically didn't look to that one as I looked at that one. It was totally a poison dart frog. Turns out I looked at an image of a Harlequin poison dart frog, and it's in my genes now. I guess I partially, like, one of my ancestors was part clown.
That's so cool. It's a small thing. I've seen some smaller clown tubers doing this, where they take a creature that has like clown or harlequin in its name and become a clown tuber with that. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah. It's not technically still part of my branding, but I like to bring it up whenever I do.
We could bring it back though.
But this is fair. Actually, as far as things that I might be able to share, might be a little bit of inspiration coming later on. So keep your eyes open.
I can't wait for clown mode.
I have
If you ever want makeup techniques, just let me know.
Whenever a clown has their birthday and I happen to share that stream with them as a collab, I do put a clown nose on my model. I say this like I do this all the time. It's a new tradition that I will be starting. So
It's wonderful. I mean, you're appropriating our culture, but sure, I see it.
I'm still okay. I see. That's fair. There's no real
No,
argument.
you're right. You have the clown card. It's good.
I was granted it by our resident space buffoon, so.
Oh, good old Buffy.
Well, this is a great point to take a break, get some water, run to the restroom. I do need to do that myself. We will be back in just a moment, chat, but while we are away, if anybody has any questions for Bittles, this would be the perfect opportunity to ask. So we'll see you in just a moment. All right, everybody, we are back, and I see some questions already in the chat, one of which is one of my favorite questions. Why did they call it oven when you oven the cold food out of the hot eat the food?
Why, Gwen? Why?
Now, this is a question now for chat. It's been pushed off.
I once did a thing where I opened up a thing for like people to give me voice lines, and just I kept getting spammed with that one. It's become a recurring joke in our shit.
Oh my god.
I guess because that's just how it works, Gwen. I don't know.
I mean, John Arbuckle knows, and that's really, honestly, all that matters.
I don't know if he actually does know.
It's true. He might be actually suffering
I really
from
don't.
a concussion. There may have to be like a tumor. Something is happening with John Arbuckle in that panel.
Right? He's just kind of breaking, and it's really sad when you actually stop and think about it.
Yeah, memes can
John.
kill.
Remember, folks, if you know a John Arbuckle, go give him a hug.
Yeah,
He might just have brain damage.
make sure that he's okay.
Make sure his animals are fed.
You wouldn't buy a meme with John Arbuckle saying that phrase.
You're asking me if I would buy an NFT of John Arbuckle, and no, I would not. For multiple reasons, I would not.
You're familiar with that video of him, or at least the clip from the show, where it's him dancing everybody else off of the stage.
It's amazing. He has such unnatural riz.
I don't know. I think he intimidated everybody. Like, no one wanted to be around such talent.
Right? No one wanted to be around that funky country boy just tearing up the dance floor.
When I watched that video with Buffy's coming up a lot in this one. They like to narrate every single action that he performs.
Oh,
It is the funniest thing.
That sounds like Buffy.
Yep, the classic clown. All right. Rez has 2 questions for you. And also, by the way, hello, Rez. Do you have a favorite stream that you've done, or a bit that you do in general? We'll start off with that one.
Sure. I can answer both of those, actually, because I have answers for both.
Okay.
My absolute favorite stream so far has been one where I was doing an art stream, and I just started ranting about chicken nuggets. And it was... I just started going off about chicken nuggets, and, like, the mascots, and I started getting upset because they've got that stupid red box now as the mascot, and I hate it. I want Ronald back. Bring back the clown representation.
I mean, they sort of brought back one of the mascots.
I swear to God, if you're talking about that purple ball sack.
Yeah.
This interview's over.
I'm sorry.
What's the chicken nugget hot take? So at the time of the stream, I had kind of gotten a bit addicted to dill pickle chicken nuggets, and my chat was making fun of me for it.
Oh.
They're really good.
Yeah, like, I'm a big fan of dill. I honestly kind of want to give that a try. Now, I'm not going to lie.
It's at Burger King, not sponsored.
Oh, all right. Well, I know what I'm doing next after this interview.
The favorite bit. It's probably actually one of my stream redeems, which is just called Shaving a Haircut. It's do 2 bits, and that's all I do. It's my favorite.
Rez, I'm going to have you retype that one. I'm sorry. Automod caught him on something that is a little bit... It was a typo, for sure, but I'm not going to allow it.
Fair. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, I guess the favorite bit I have is, like, this little guy. He's just so cute. Look at him.
Oh my goodness.
He's just so cute, isn't he? Like, look at him.
You produced him.
Like he's just so cute. He's a little guy, but I love him.
Tiny PETA.
Like, he's just so happy. Look at him. He's trying to touch my finger, but he can't do it.
You wanna? I wonder if I could reach out to him. Hand him over.
Yeah,
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, hold on. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll give him head pets at least. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Oh,
Come
tiny
on.
little Peter, so cute.
This was so much setup for this stupid joke. Well, then there's the other one.
Wha- Is that where I think it is? It is. How much
It was
time
worth
did that
it. It
one
was
take?
absolutely worth it. Like 3 minutes. I don't use VC Face for my streaming anymore. So it's just coming back to it, sort of thing. But yeah, that's what's my favorite stream and my favorite bit. There was a second part to this.
Yes. The is there something that you haven't done that you would like to do?
A big one, and I've already bought it. It's just I don't know how to set it up. Is the stream avatars, like those little guys that can walk across your screen?
Yes.
I spent like a good hour last night looking into it, and I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. So it's like I gotta spend more time figuring it out, and it's something I really want to do.
I
Otherwise,
as well.
the big
Yes.
one. The only other thing, and it's people are gonna make fun of me, but again, I'm so technologically illiterate. The whole 1930s look isn't just for the look. I don't know technology. I want to move over to, what is it called, VNyan?
Yes, Vinyan.
Yeah, it seems like a much better one. I've tried it out. I've got better hand tracking in there. I can't figure it out.
I see. Yeah, the transition's hard, and they do have like a whole Discord, the forums in there, and all that stuff. But even for me, who is a bit tech savvy, some of its features are way over my head.
Crazy.
I was working on a tiny little baby redeem, literally the tiniest thing in the entire world, and it took me 3 hours. So, yeah.
Like, I know it's worth it to put the work in and have fun with it, but it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and when I don't know what I'm doing, I get frustrated. So,
yep. Silver has a question. What is your favorite character trope in media?
I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one too. I know I have a few, but
It's become somewhat more of a popular one nowadays, but I love the obviously evil character, like stylized to be completely villainous, who's just a nice guy.
yeah.
Like, it's not even like a facade. He is just genuinely a nice guy. Like, he looks like Satan, but he drives kids to soccer practice. I love that trope.
The good dad.
Exactly. The don't judge a book by a cover kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he could be the burliest, most covered in tattoos and scars and has an eye patch biker you've ever met. And he goes and puts on a tutu and has a tea party with his 3-year-old.
Oh, what's
love
that show or movie? The Pacifier, I believe.
Oh, with the Rock.
Yeah, with Dwayne. Yes, kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Kinda.
He's
But
not
I've heard
really.
Dwayne is a good father.
He is a good dad. Yes, in the Pacifier, I know that he plays the character who's hard on the kids that eventually softens up because how else are they going to grow up to be individuals that are creative? But a very cute movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Was it with Vin Diesel? Vin Diesel. Yes.
Oh, I never actually saw it.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I've seen it. It's just a decade for me at least since I last saw that movie.
But yeah, to answer the question, like, I love the good bad guy sort of thing. it's also why I'm like so into horror movies,
Hmm.
because behind the scenes, like almost every movie monster actor is the biggest sweetheart, and I adore that.
Yes. Yeah.
The guys who played like Jason, they would always check on the kids after every scene. It's like, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?" And it's like, I love that. I love that he cares.
I actually have an example that is quite contrary. I know he wasn't actually like that bad of a guy at all. But you know the famous scene in Star Wars Episode 3 where Anakin.
No.
You don't know?
I've never seen Star Wars.
Oh my goodness. You've never heard of the younglings? Like the Anakin Skywalker kills the younglings?
No.
Oh my goodness. Well, I can't actually
Sorry.
explain this. It's impossible. You have no context. Peter.
Everyone makes fun. I've never seen Star Wars. I'm sorry, everyone.
Well, here, I'll explain the scene at the very least. The character Anakin Skywalker is joining the dark side of the Force. He's been tempted, and he has been tasked with killing the young Jedi at the temple. And he enters into the room as part of the establishing shot, and it pans over to one of the kids going, Master Skywalker, are we going to be okay? And the kid flinches, and then Anakin draws his lightsaber. But behind the scenes, apparently he screamed, like out of nowhere. He screamed at the kid, and the reaction that he gave was real. I thought that was really funny.
He just screamed at the kid to get them scared?
Yep.
That's horrible! That's truly horrible! I'm a gangster and have killed people, and that's horrible.
I know that afterwards he made sure that the kid was okay. Like he made sure that the kids were fine, but yeah, he did scare them in order for them to have or elicit their response.
I get it. I feel like there would have been a better way to do that.
Probably, yes. I mean, this was I don't even want to say how long ago this movie came out, so I refuse to say so. But yeah.
Star Wars, isn't it like over 30 years at this point?
Yeah.
You get used to feeling old.
Yeah, this is true. All right. I have a few questions for you, Bittles.
Oh, of course, should.
So you know that little tiny bar where you're out the window out there. If you had like a signature drink that you could have at this bar, what would it be? And would you have a name for this drink?
Probably be something dyed black. You know what? Black whiskey.
Black whiskey. Okay.
What would it be called? I'm not doing ink. That's too obvious. And besides, I'm not actually ink related.
This is true.
Trying to think. The buckshot.
The buckshot? All right. Yeah, that would be the feeling you would receive. It feels like you were taking a buckshot to the throat.
It's worth it. Chug it down. Enjoy the burn. That's me. You're tasting me.
All right. I like this. I will definitely have this written down in a special file for future use for, no particular reason.
The label has some X's on it too, like me.
The quadruple. Double X or triple X?
Triple.
Triple X.
You gotta go hard with this shit. You want to take one shot, you are done for the day.
Whiskey distilled for nearly 1,000 years. Is that even possible?
Listen.
I highly doubt it, but...
Give us a chance, and in like 1,000 years, someone's gonna take one sip and die, and it's worth it.
It's an eyedropper's worth that you can only survive on.
You have to put it in your eyeball. You cannot swallow it. You will go blind, but it'll be a nice blind.
Yeah, at the very least, you won't remember how it happened.
Exactly, which makes it worse when you do it again on the other eye.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
You know what? That makes sense. It gets rid of your eyes, so you look like me.
You become the rubber hose clown.
I will join you.
I was trying to look. My tracking's off because I'm doing webcam, but I was trying to look directly into the audience as well.
No, I get it. I actually use webcam too.
My problem that I have is that I have such nice facial features that get absolutely like this whole time. My left eye over here has been like slightly closed, and I'm angry. It makes me mad. It makes me look like I'm falling asleep.
You know how you get rid of that problem? Don't have eyes.
This is all right. Removing them. I mean, this is the best I can do.
I'll get the melon baller.
We'll do this for right now. Then I'll glow. I'll glow instead. We'll do the opposite. All right. My question for you, Bittles.
Nice.
If you could ask the next interviewee anything, and you don't know who they are, what would you ask them?
Would you put your hand in my mouth?
All right.
It's a loaded question. Are you sure you want to put your hand in this bear trap?
I mean, the reward of a pita is on the other side, so...
Put your hand in my mouth and you'll get this.
You gotta be fast, though.
If you touch my tongue, Peter gets crushed.
And you wouldn't want that. He's so happy. He's so joyous.
Look at him. Do you want this little guy to get hurt? Because he will. If you don't do it, I will just squish him.
No! I've become emotionally invested. I cannot believe it. This tiny little Peter, dancing and waltzing, doing the jig, has captivated me.
He's living his best life. He's also very sticky. I don't know why he's sticky, but yeah.
You just can't help it. He's just, he's really good at that. He's adhesive. Oh yeah, that's right. He's fine. He's okay. I don't know about the cigarette smoke, though. The stogie smoke.
Listen, he probably needs it for the stress, so I'll just throw him one.
There you go. All right. And if nobody else has any questions, Bittles.
Last call.
Yeah, this is it. This is the last call that you have. Forever. This is the last time Bittles will ever be seen.
I'm retiring.
Yeah, this is it. The retirement stream is right now. And it just happened to be on an interview collab.
I'm sorry, graduation.
Yeah, we're graduating over here. I almost slipped into the accent.
You almost, that's the fun part about like people talking to me is I had so many people just start doing my accent. And it's like, don't do it. I am living proof of why you shouldn't do this.
All right, I think that's it. Bittles, is there anybody that you would like to raid?
There is the wonderful Roshan.
Roshan Galaxy.
Let me get there. Yes. They have just gone live. They've got a minute before they're actually live. We could just do a raid immediately into them.
Yes, I got their stream pulled up.
Oh, you got them? Wonderful.
Accidentally pulled up the wrong thing here.
Oh, I adore their stuff.
It'll be a great way to surprise them to start this stream up.
Right? If you're interested in like Pokemon-esque things, they're doing like something called Beastie Ball. It looks really cool.
Yeah, okay, that's the name of the game. Interesting. I thought it was like the Nuzlocke that we're doing, the Soul Link, just another way of playing Pokemon.
Oh no, I love that there are more and more like Pokemon-esque games coming out.
Yes. All right, and if that seems like an interesting thing to you, definitely go give Roshan a follow. They were actually on OST as well. So, yeah, the more the merrier. Let me give Bittles one more shout out here. Bittles, you want to give a spiel of what you do, so that everybody knows like what you play, what your typical streaming schedule is like?
Sure. Uh, as far as stream schedule, I do Wednesdays and Saturdays. I don't stream a lot, unfortunately. But typically I'll do like gangster games, art stuff, just chatting. It is just chatting is one of my favorites. I love just talking to you. Talking to you all, really.
Yes.
Um, Usually only for like 2 hours. I can only stream for 2 hours. It's one of those things like I don't stream long. I don't stream a lot. It's a shame.
But that's okay. You have other things going on in your life, and whatever chance you have to, well, stream for everybody else, then that's what you got to take.
Exactly. No matter how long, no matter how many days, every day I end the stream happy.
Yeah, there you go. And when is your next stream? It is this week, yes?
It'll be tomorrow at 10 p.m.
Perfect.
PST. PM, no, AM. It's 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
PST. I don't stream
PST.
at night.
Yeah, we go to bed early here, unless you're me, in which we don't really go to bed at all.
I've heard a lack of sleep turns you into a psychopath.
Yeah, I'm honestly right there. I'm like, anyways.
Just right, almost over, just right there.
And to send off our viewers, Bittles, do you have any advice, any parting words of wisdom for them?
Just keep trying. That's all anyone can really ask of you. Just try.
Yep, solid advice. There we go. The raid has been started. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I will see you actually this Thursday, but our next Poison Points will be on Friday. So I hope to see you there. And thank you again, Bittles, for being a guest on my stream, taking the time out of your day to meet with us. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to potentially join you in some endeavors of the future, if that's to your pleasure.
Oh, I would love to have you at the vaudeville. The more the merrier.
Yes, and I can return to this color. Well, this lack of color, I should say.
Yeah, if you come to the vaudeville, you lose all color. I'm looking forward to the day I have some of the colorful clowns come in and they just get destroyed.
Eviscerated, like turning into a beam of light, and they're gone.
I just hit them with paint thinner and they're just like me now.
Well, there you have it, everyone.
Oh, but yes, it was an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it was my pleasure. All right, everyone. We will see you another time. Although, honestly, I still hold on to this this end screen because it's my favorite part. I love talking throughout the end of it.
It's a really good end screen, to be fair.
Yeah, look at that Kirby.
Right? He's a sleepy little guy.
Oh, we're being sent. Oh no. Goodbye, everyone.
It's any second now.
And there we go.